looks like it could be good as well.
Oh,
she went around
stubborn
7.
7-pin.
Yeah.
Never mind. There's a strange approach. She carries the ball for the first step on the approach and then goes into a swing.
But then she's so powerful in the end, and there's always very much energy in her release. And she'll be looking to picking up an easy spare here.
Yeah. So that gives her 59 in the third frame, but as I say, working on a spare, and Jolene is 20 in the first frame working on a strike, so she's up for her third frame right now.
The ball
looks way outside and comes way back in.
Jolene has chosen a little bit different line, a little bit different angle to the pocket, throwing it a little bit wider, but the last few shots she got good reaction, so Jolene playing with a Storm Virtual Gravity. Nano, I think. It's a Nano. And that one, that one went way in. She didn't get that one as far out as she wanted.
That was up high.
Looks like she was a little bit fast to go up there.
You were bowling well with that Ebonite Mission X ball, and then come the second block today. Where did you eventually finish in the standings?
I finished 10th.
Oh, you're happy with that?
I was pretty happy with that, but I'm sure I could have done even better. But
yeah, but for such a veteran, I mean, to be 10th in this sort of field is...
it's the best I've done in years here, so I can't complain. But the way I started and the way the ball worked for me, it definitely, you leave the lanes and you think, oh, I could have done even better, and I think that goes for most of the bowlers here. But it just goes to show how fair the conditions were, because you just have to, you really have to repeat your shots and find a good reaction and change lines once in a while, because it's kind of changed between bowling the tight lines and bowling it a little bit wider. Clara is looking to get back in the game, and she gets the 7-pin down now.
7-pin was last to go again.
Well, it went.
So you bowled all 7 of the European Women's Masters?
I bowled all 7, yeah. Happy to say that. And I asked around with a few persons I thought might have done the same, but I didn't find anyone so far.
Yeah.
So we talked about it. Might be one of the only ones who did that. That's something to brag about. But
I think it's the 4th one for me, if I remember rightly.
But you've been in Barcelona like a million times by now.
Well, this year we had 4 tournaments.
Yeah. Were you here for all 4 of them?
The
she does it again.
Another double. We started off the year with the Mediterranean Challenge Cup, which was great because it was a 14-lane centre and we had 14 countries competing.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Nikki Chiza from Cyprus won the Women's Masters, and she's sitting just behind me as we speak. And also in the Mediterranean Challenge Cup, we have a famous Sue Baylor from Malta, who has won medals in each of the Mediterranean Challenge Cups so far. Then we have the Catalonia Open, which was won by Brian Voss from the United States. The Ciutat de Barcelona, which was won by Martin Larsson from Sweden. And now the European Women's Masters.
And the European Women Masters will probably be changed the dates will be changed for next year, right?
Yeah, I didn't ask why, but I think is it in March, February or March?
Well, Jolene is having a strike trying to get back in the game now, so she'll be looking to double on that one next. But they told us from the organization here that they had some requests from the EBT players that in around March you have so many EBTs clashing, being very close to each other, so they would prefer it to move back in the year. So they're now moving the European Women Masters to the dates of the EBT in March, and then they will have in July the tournament, the EBT here, and then they will have the tournament that used to be in March will be
Catalonia.
It will be in November.
Catalonia Open. I think next year this tournament is the week before the Brunswick European Challenge.
Yeah, that could be. That went wide, and that went too wide.
A lot of tournaments on the European Bowling Tour next year. I think we had 19 this year, because I think one tournament dropped out. The English Open dropped out at the last minute. And next year, quite a few. The Brunswick French Open's coming online, and Brunswick Italia Challenge. That's a fantastic tournament. You should go to that. The Red and Black Bowling Centre in Asti, which is halfway between Turin and Milan.
Okay.
What a wonderful tournament that was. This year it was the inaugural event, and next year it becomes part of the European Bowling Tour.
Okay. Clara picks up her easy spare, and now we're after 6 frame. We have a standing of 127 against Jolene's 106. Only difference, Jolene working on a strike, but she's at this point trailing 21 pins.
Could be a 2-gamer, this one.
It could be, and I'm sure Clara would love it to be.
Yeah, she beat Kirsten Penny with 2 games. 238 to 184, and then 214 to 194.
Oh, that was deep. That was very deep.
Messenger came across, but dunked into the pit just before it get to the 610. Don't see many messengers here the way the women are bowling.
I think that's why you saw a lot of the 710s staying around. We did see a lot of pins sliding across the deck. Saw some funny stuff happening there. Spares that were actually spares, but the pin just moved across the deck and just kept standing there. Okay, so that should be a spare for Clara. And now Jolene really would like to get up there and double that one strike she has. She just wants to keep the swing loose.
Yeah, right, Jolene. Time to stamp your authority on this match.
Yeah. She looks okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and she trips over the 4 for a nice double there.
4-pin fell forward.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Sometimes you need a break, and this could be the break she was looking for.
She certainly had some breaks when she was bowling against Maggie Jensen.
Yeah, but you mentioned a bowler you would like to get a break.
Yeah.
That looked good, just stubborn 10 pin.
When I was a bowler, the top bowling ball was the Ebonite XL5. Beautiful. It was a hard rubber ball, of course, as all the balls were at that time, but it had a blue core and it came off your thumb so beautifully. Every championship in Europe was won with that bowling ball. Right, spare. 3 frames left for Clara Guaro, 2 frames left for Jolene Person-Planfors.
Yeah, in this game Jolene will finish first and Clara will bowl her 10th frame afterwards.
Just 10 pins the difference between the two. Clara wants to close it out now to win up over 2 games. This one's not looking too bad.
But she didn't get around it enough.
No, stubborn 7-pin again. Came up a little bit light. I couldn't quite see because Clara was standing in the way. Did you see the way the line went in? The ball went into the pins?
Yeah, it was just a little bit. It didn't just roll early enough. It was just going a little bit too straight at the end. And she picks up the spare.
Yeah, so it's 163 in the 8th frame, working on a spare for Clara Guaro.
164, yeah.
And
yeah, she will do anything to put the strike in there now.
yeah, she bowled a 9th frame and then see what Jolene does on her 9th and 10th frame, so see what she has to do to close the match out when she gets up to bowl her 10th frame. Looks a bit deep.
It was very deep.
3, 6, 10.
Just went a little bit light on the last one, and then you want to just be a little bit tighter.
Well, she's opened the door for Jolene to take the second game.
Yep.
Vital that she picks up this spare.
And it looks okay.
No problem.
She did that.
She was happy with that. So she's 181 in the 9th frame, so just 1 over par. Jolene is 155 in the 8th frame, working on a spare. So she could be 175 if she gets a strike now. Looks very wide.
Good. She's getting it back, yeah?
Very wide, very light on the head pin, and yet somehow the 5-7 decided to get out of the way.
So she has a chance of closing it out this time. Again, she looks like she's very fast on the approach. But maybe she did it. Oh.
I was going to say that's too wide again, but Jolene's lucky. You can't say that it's not going to be a strike.
So that means she's giving Clara all chances to pick up this match in two games. Clara will need a mark in the 10th, and Jolene can strike out for 205.
Yeah,
leaving Clara 5 pins to give away within her 1 mark. So it's a 204 for Jolene.